Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. This is Rudraditya, and in this video I am going to do the full review, the full in-depth review of the Samsung Galaxy M51 after 1 month of users. Well, I will tell you every pros and cons of the phone, and make sure to watch the video till the end to know everything about the product. So without wasting any time, let's start the review. Well guys, starting with the build and the design of this phone, then design is simple in my opinion. You will get a regular punch hole on the middle. Well, to be honest, I prefer the punch hole on the left corner, top left corner, because when you play games you can easily block that left corner punch hole. But in the case of M51, you will always notice that middle punch hole, the middle which is on the middle top, you will always notice that. So that's why I prefer the left hand side punch hole more. But anyway, the punch hole size is very good. I mean, it's not very small like the flagship ones, but it's not very big, so it's overall good in my opinion. And talking about the bezels, then it's uniform all around. Well, the bezels are very less, so that's a very good thing. You will get a very good experience from top to bottom. It looks like almost non-bezel-less phone. Now talking about the back quality of the phone, then it's made up of plastic. Company claims that it is made up of plastic, which is glass plus plastic. Well, it's a plastic phone, right? And now talking about the in-hand feel, then yeah, it's a plastic, but it doesn't feel bad. It's fine for me. Now of course, phones like the OnePlus Nord, which comes with a glass back, feels better in hand because glass feels better in hand, right? So that's quite obvious, but it doesn't mean that a plastic phone is bad by any mean. But when we talk about the build quality, then it's little weak. I mean, this phone has not a very solid build, but it's good overall. Well, one more thing, if you will use this phone, then definitely try to buy a cover separately, a case I mean, because you will easily get scratches in this phone. I already got some minor scratches, not some, a lot of scratches in just 1 month of users. Okay, so definitely buy a cover, because in box you won't get. Now talking about the display, then you will get a 6.7 inch 1080p AMOLED display, and guys, this display is love. This display is love, and yeah, the display quality is so good. Now one complaint from display point of view is the display brightness. The display brightness is not very bright in outdoors, especially when sun is right on the top of your head. Then I mean, you can see the contents, but it's not very bright. But talking about the quality of the panel, then guys, it's much better than the OnePlus Nord. It's even better than the Redmi K20 Pro. So overall, I guess in this price point, it's a very good panel, and I guess one of the best AMOLED panel in the price range of rupees 25,000. So if your main priority is display, then I guess this phone is very good. And also the it's made by Samsung, so you don't have to worry a lot. But display brightness could have been better, but it's not a, I mean, वैसा भी कोई बहुत बड़ा problem नहीं है. Anyway, now let's talk about the battery. I started this review with the good things first, like the display, the battery, and then I will talk more. But yeah, let's talk about the battery first. So this phone has a 7000 milliampere battery. Now you guys will think that yeah, all right, on the paper it has a 7000 milliampere battery, but what about the real world users? Then in real world users, it's also a beast. Actually, this phone is a battery champ. So in real world users, I get 2 days of battery life, guys. I never got 2 days of battery life from any phone in my entire life, because my users is heavy, and according to that users, I never get 2 days of battery life. I get 12 to 13 hours of screen on time in this phone, and this is, I mean, amazing, amazing. So definitely this 7000 mAh battery is doing so well with the less powered Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G processor. Well, we will talk more about the performance later. Now talking about the charging speed, then in box you will get 15 or 18 watt charger. Sorry, I didn't remember. I will mention somewhere here. But I note the charging time, that how much time it will take to charge your phone from 0 to 100%. So it will take just 2 hours. Just 2 hours from 0 to 100%. Now that's really appreciating. Now you may think that 2 hours, but yeah, considering the amount of cell, which is 7000 mAh, yeah, that's completely fine. In fact, that's appreciating. because you will not get a 30 watt or a 65 watt charger. So considering that, I guess this phone is very good in terms of charging as well. So from overall, from battery point of view, this phone is a champ. If your main priority is battery, then again you can think about this phone. This is actually very good. Now guys, let's talk about more day-to-day users things, because we already talked about display, we already talked about battery. Now I want to combine both these things, and then I will love to talk. Now because of the battery, the weight of this phone is 213 grams. Now again, the weight distribution is so good and it doesn't feel so heavy in your hand, but still it's heavy because it's 213 grams. And then talking about the display size, then this phone has a 6.7-inch display, means it is a huge phone as well, right? So combining both these things means the display size and the battery, because of the battery, the weight of this phone is over 200 grams. Now when you use a phone like this for a long period of time with one hand, then it becomes little uncomfortable because it's very heavy plus huge, a bulky phone, right? So from a comfort point of view, I don't like this phone, but maybe if you love huge phones, then you might love this phone as well. And also if you love to see lot of videos, YouTube videos, Netflix videos on your phone, then again you will love this phone, because this phone has a 6.7-inch, a huge display. But what about audio quality? I will talk about that later in the video. So see, my preference is small phones. I love compact phones, I love small phones, because if I have to watch videos like YouTube videos or any other stuff, I generally watch videos on my smart TV or my computer. So I don't need a very huge smartphone, but it's me, maybe it's not you, right? So that's why I mentioned both point of views, but for me it's little uncomfortable. Now talking about the performance, right? So this phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G chipset, and this phone comes with a 6GB of RAM, 128GB internal storage. Now we all know that this processor is very decent, and you know what, fun fact, this processor is the only reason I bought that phone, and this is the first M series or even the A series which I am covering with in-depth review, because I always skip all the A series and M series because of the Exynos processor, especially the Exynos 9611, which is Samsung's favorite. But this time they work on their mistakes. They included a Snapdragon variant instead of the Exynos one. They included the side mounted fingerprint scanner instead of the under display fingerprint scanner, and they did a very good thing with this phone overall. Now as I said, talking about performance, it's a long-term review, 1 month later review, so of course I should talk more about the performance, especially in day-to-day uses. Now for gaming, you can easily play games on medium graphic settings like PUBG, Call of Duty, Asphalt 9. You can play all these type of games. But if you are a casual gamer, if you are a heavy gamer, then don't go with this phone. Go with something like the Redmi K20 Pro, or even the OnePlus Nord is good, but I say that go with OnePlus Redmi K20 Pro or some Realme phones which comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 or 865. Don't go with this phone. But what about day-to-day users? Now I don't play games a lot. I generally do social media stuff, doing web browsing, or clicking photos. My users is very normal, checking emails, and that's it. So for that type of users, this phone is very good and it feels very smooth in my 1 month of usage. But sometimes I feel some minor lags, some minor slowdowns, but that's completely fine, because you will get one UI with this phone, so the skin is actually little heavy, so that's completely fine considering the price point of this phone and also the processor, the 730G. I mean, yeah, it's fine. But overall, if you ask me that how's the performance of this phone after 1 month of usage, then I will say I will give a thumbs up, right? And hey, we will talk more about camera, software, but first I want to talk about some basic things which we face in day-to-day uses, and I call this section Rudra's Extra. Okay, so first thing first, what about the call quality? Then the call quality is excellent, and I haven't faced any network issues as well. I used this mobile on Wi-Fi, on mobile data, I use Airtel SIM, and I haven't faced any problem. So in terms of these things, it's completely fine. Now guys, talking about the speakers, as I said earlier in the display part that I will talk more about the audio part. So first thing first, that as I said that it's a very good phone in terms of viewing the content, but what about the audio quality? Then the mono speaker is actually very weak. and it's really, I mean, the Redmi K20 Pro or the OnePlus Nord is way better than this. And this is the reason why, even though the phone has a very large display, I didn't watch a lot of YouTube videos or any other contents on this phone, because I am someone who loves to listen through the speakers of the phone. I'm not someone who use earbuds or earphones, so for me it's not good. But if you are someone who use earphones, then you will get a headphone jack. Now thumbs up. Again, you can use normal earphones, normal earphones, and you can plug that earphone into the 3.5 jack, and you can get a very good audio quality. Now one more disappointment is that for some unknown reason Samsung disabled the haptic motor. Now I don't know why. I mean, when you type, when you unlock the phone, or when you go home, the haptic motor plays very important role in some small things, and that will give you a better experience, that makes your overall experience better in a phone. But in this phone that thing is missing. I don't know why. So this is a real disappointment, especially when you type something. I type a lot in my phone because I use WhatsApp and Instagram, or I do emails a lot from my phone as well. I do typing stuffs a lot on my phone, and I maza nahi aata hai, because you just listen that keypad sound, you will not get that haptic feel. So yeah guys, considering the price of 25,000 rupees, this is little disappointing thing to not have a haptic feedback. Alright guys, so that's it from Rudra's Extras. Now let's move ahead and let's talk about the software. So you will get One UI Core version 2.1, and it is right now on Android 10, and it will definitely receive the Android 11 before the end of this year, right? And talking about core version, then this is not the full-fledged One UI software which you will get in the M51. Like, you will not get the same software experience that you will get on the S20 lineup or the Note 20 lineup. This is the core version, so you will not get all the features of One UI, but overall it's still good. But one complaint is that it when I unboxed the phone, it was full of bloatwares. However, you can uninstall all those apps, but still, why it was available at the first place in the phone? This is my question. Because if Realme and Xiaomi is doing the same thing, everyone starts criticizing the phones that it is full of bloatware, junk, ads, and all those stuffs. But I see some Samsung ads in this phone as well. However, you can disable those ads as well, but still at the first place I saw some ads, I saw plenty of bloatwares. So this is the thing to note. Now I know I am doing nitpicking, but as a reviewer, especially when I use the phone for 1 month, it's a long-term review, so I guess I should cover everything. But if we keep aside the bloatware part, then the overall software experience is good. But still, I will prefer the OnePlus Nord Oxygen OS more as compared to the One UI Core version which we get in the Galaxy M51. Now guys, talking about the camera. Starting with the specifications, so I guess two lenses are very important, the wide lens and ultra wide lens, and the rest two lenses are not very useful in my opinion. But now let's see the photo samples including the Gcam. So starting with the daylight results, then it's very impressive. The dynamic range is on point, and I am so impressed with the daylight shots. It's very good. And if we talk about the low light shots, then it's good, but it lacks details and sharpness. And I guess this is because of the OIS. But talking about the Gcam, then if you click selfies guys, then the stock camera, the front camera of the Samsung Galaxy M51 is complete garbage. You can see these shots, and I mean Gcam is a savior here. I'm glad that they provided us a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, and because of that we are able to use the Gcam, and you will get much better results even from the rear camera. Just see the dynamic range and that highlight in the clouds in this photo, and also same in this photo. So I guess the Gcam results are much better in human subjects. So if you're clicking your friends, family, then definitely use Gcam. Hey guys, I forgot to mention 2 points about the Samsung Galaxy M51 in my review. So I'm shooting this video separately through the camera of Samsung Galaxy M51, and this is the front camera at 1080p 30fps. So the first thing is that it's about video recording mode. So you cannot shoot any videos at 60 fps at any resolution from any cameras. I mean, you can shoot max at 1080p 30 fps from the front camera, and from the back you can shoot at 4K 30 fps max. But even at 1080p you cannot shoot 60 fps. So this is the point to note. Now second thing is about the performance. No, as I said, this is not a very good phone for gaming. If you are a pro gamer, pro smartphone gamer, then definitely don't go with this phone, because if you play heavy games for long period of time, then phone will heat up. I noticed this. So yeah, that's why I'm mentioning it here. So definitely don't buy this phone for gaming. But yeah, like if you are a casual gamer, like if you play Candy Crush or Ludo King, or if you play even heavy games like once in a month, then it's completely fine. But if you do play game daily, like 2 hours or 1 hours, then I will not recommend you. So now, and yeah, audio quality is also coming from the M51 directly. I'm not using any internal mic in this video, so I hope you will get a good idea about the video capabilities from the front camera. Now let's move to the video. So guys, that's it. This is my review of the Samsung Galaxy M51. Now if we talk about the final conclusion, then if you are thinking to buy a mid-range phone and if you want a Samsung phone only, then I guess the Samsung Galaxy M51 is the best phone right now. But if you think, if you don't care about Chinese phones, then you have the option of OnePlus Nord, Redmi K20 Pro, and then I will go with the Redmi K20 Pro in all these three phones, right? Because see, Redmi K20 Pro has the best processor, a very good AMOLED display, good battery backup, and very good speakers, headphone jack as well. Everything is checked on the Redmi K20 Pro as well. So I will definitely go with Redmi K20 Pro in all these three phones. Even between these two phones, between OnePlus Nord and Galaxy M51, I will go with the OnePlus Nord for better speaker, for amazing haptic feedback on this phone, and for 90 Hz refresh rate. Well, this is a very small thing for me, but still I will go with this one because this phone has more video capabilities as well. Well, it's very close, but still I will go with the OnePlus Nord, and also a better build, better looking phone. So I will definitely go with the OnePlus Nord. But if you are a Samsung user, you just want a Samsung phone, then I guess this phone is not bad. Actually, this phone is very good considering the price point of 25,000 rupees, considering the brand value of the company. Samsung is a very big company, so considering all these things, I guess this phone is very good. You can definitely buy this phone. But if you don't have problem with Chinese phones, I guess still the Chinese phones have the lead. Alright guys, so that's been it from today's video. If you enjoyed this video, enjoy the content, if this content is helpful for you, then give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also tap the bell icon, select all to get all the notifications of my videos. I will see you very soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye, take care. Finally recording done.